Let's welcome and let's hear it from Dr. Majid.
Thank you. Guys, is this on? Is this on? Very good. Now, would somebody be kind enough to cut that light over from there so I can see the people? Please. That looks good. Thank you. Thank you. Now, even if I stay away from here, I can still talk to people, right? I'm not connected to this one. Let me just stay away from there because, when you talk, you have to be able, turn it off, please. Please. When you talk, I should be able to see your face here. Otherwise, I just can't talk, What am I talking to? I must be talking to somebody. If you have all the lights on, I can't see you. Listen, I have addressed people here in Delhi a couple of times. I said my story. I'll give you my story very briefly. Basically from Kerala. 1975, picked up the bag and left for the United States, thinking that I'll make a living. And I did. Wonderful. Those years, not that I'm comparing, was the best of the best, early 70s. You could go in, find a job. I actually left India as an immigrant. My immigrant card was given to me at the Madras consulate. Landed there, got my job, took my citizenship, did my master's, did my PhD. Garima had my colleges wrong. PhD from St. John's University. I heard her say from Long Island University. No, Long Island was my master's. I was doing that while I was working full-time. And I worked for a company called Pfizer. Most of you know that company, big company. I was head of product development subsequently for a company called Carter Wallace, where I developed products. Okay. So if you look at my history, all my life, I was in science. I was developing products, whether it was for Pfizer, Carter Wallace, or subsequently to Payco Pharmaceuticals, research. What did I do when I started my business? I put up most of my money into setting up a research center. That's good for me, for my ego. And I enjoy that very much. 8% of my income goes into research from Sami Labs or Sabinza worldwide. Sami Direct, I'll come to that one. So that's a brief background of me. And when I was leaving India, a lot of my friends said, how come you are leaving? We are going to build India. I said, guys, I will come back. I'm only going up to the United States. I can come back. I'm not going to Dubai, I'm taking my last shot. I'm going to US. If I can make it there, I will always come back. And I did. 1991. Journey was good. I started my business in '88 in the US. 2 years, I transformed myself from a laboratory scientist to a fellow who can go out and talk like I am doing now and sell. Most of the time, I went out to see company people, but I was interacting mostly with the R&D guys. They understand my language. They give me their attention. So never, ever, I had to go to a purchasing agent and say, buy my material, I will discount my material. No. The R&D fixed, this is the product, and the purchasing guy had to buy from me, period. As I promised my friends that I will come back, 1991, I landed here. The law of the land at that time did not allow me to own my business 100%. But there was one thing I could do. So I could own it 100%. What I did was, I'm an American by then. I will not repatriate any of my profits. So you can own it 100%, no problems. Otherwise, at best, I can go up to 51%. That is the law of most of Southeast Asia. In some parts of the world, it is called the Bhumiputra concept. We had it at one time in India also. But the simple fact that I'm an Indian, and I don't want to take any money back to the United States, saved the day for me. I could own the business 100% without partners, without having hassles and problems. That's how Samilab started. Over the years, I have identified the area that I wanted to work with. You know, all of us know the simple fact there is a connection between diet and disease. There is a connection between diet and disease. It is not what you eat. You know, whenever I sit down with some of my friends and other people, I'll tell them, guys, we ate enough. Why are we eating for the doctors also? Which most of the time we do. Most of the time we take care of our doctors also. We eat for them. And we make sure we pay eventually. Now, the connection between disease and diet is fundamental in Ayurveda. Ayurveda that we see today is not in the real form. It is what I call commercial Ayurveda. Ayurveda commercialized. But the original principles of Ayurveda is fundamental, very basic, very simple. Thousands of years of research go into that one. That simple fact has not been assimilated by, even in India, by the Ayurvedic community. Not that I am trying to blame anybody, but you ask an Ayurvedic group, standardize your medicinal plans, they will never listen to us. Why? They don't want to do that because we have done this traditionally. But traditionally, when you did this 100 years back, we didn't have the iatrogenic diseases, we didn't have the pollution, we didn't have the DDT sprayed on the rest of the world, we didn't have any of those. And we were not feeding 50 people in those years, where you have 5 million people today. The need has changed. Ayurveda did not take that into account today. I saw an opportunity to take the products, standardize them, bring them to the US market. And it was the first of its kind. Prior to me introducing the products, India exported psyllium and senna, 2 laxatives. That's all we exported from here. The first product to go from here to the United States was a product called Gugulipid. It was a tough job for me to teach the Americans how to say Gugulipid. For Indians, it comes automatically for us. Ayurveda comes without any problem. To have an American say Ayurveda, it's a tough job. Now, over the years, Ayurveda has become credible. I probably gave inspiration to at least 100 plus companies to come into this business. By the grace of God, the market has expanded with 2 difficulties. One, the raw material shortage. We are working on it. Second, a proliferation of companies has resulted in us affecting the business in a negative fashion. I found a solution for that one, patent it. Not the plant material, something very unique to that one. That is what the young lady mentioned, 76 patents. Find a use, you know. The first patent we took was based on a concept, it is not what you eat, it is what you absorb. You can eat anything, but what body gets is what you absorb. For example, you take 100 milligram vitamin C. You think you are getting 100 milligram vitamin C because I just swallowed it with a little bit of water. Probably you will get 20 milligram at best. But if you take it with bioperin, which is nothing but black pepper extract, you probably will get 60 milligram into your body. So that was the concept. It has never been known in Ayurveda. It has never been known that you can extract black pepper and standardize for piperin and use it as a bioavailability enhancer. So that is the kind of patents we have. Now, then in year 2010, almost 2 years back, we decided we will get into the Indian market, a business to consumer. The medium I chose was, as against FMCG, was the multi-level marketing. I can go spend money with television and get some of my product introduced, but I will not be able to communicate the knowledge through the 30-second commercial. But through the medium of multi-level direct sale marketing, we could take the message that the Indian products are world class, and they are first class, and they are right around you. Okay. Now for you, it may be just haldi, but for me, it is not curcumin, it is curcuminoids. And today, we are giving out a book here called Tetrahydrocurcuminoids. Now, everyone in the scientific community today talks about that they don't think curcumin is bioavailable. I'm telling them, please don't worry about it, because 30 seconds after you take this yellow-colored material and gulp it down, the color changes to white. That is what the book is all about. Now, never give an Indian, a fellow like me, a mic and an audience. I will never let you go, but I have to stop. One more thing. In the last several years, there is so much of cloud over multi-level marketing. I didn't know it that much when I get into this business, but in the recent times, I'm into it. And I looked at and I did introspection. Am I in the right business? I assure you, 100% I'm in the right business. There may be, in my language, quote and unquote, jokers will be in the business. We cannot help it. Every business has jokers. So, MLM business may also have some jokers. Come in, make false promises, and make money and walk away. They are the ones who are jokers. They probably bring a bad name to us. But Semi-Direct is very legitimate, based on a fundamental that I bring you good quality products. And Semilabs, celebrating its 25th year, starting with the 1988, next year. And well grounded in the Indian soil. Remember, all these companies outside were reverse merged into India to make Bangalore-based Semilab an India-based multinational. I could have taken